When I was in St. Petersburg, I had the opportunity to be toured around the city by people that live and work there, as well as taught there. So we were able to see many things that you're supposed to see, as in from a tourist standpoint, as well as things that locals think are pretty cool. So we had a good chance to experience the city in more than just a postcard kind of way. Myself and the other students had many chances to go out to restaurants, museums by ourselves, just walk the streets and see another city. When I studied at Herzl University, I had a great chance to be taught by Russians in Russian, which was a change up from learning Russian in English in America. So it gave us a much better perspective and a different way to look at the way that we were speaking a language that wasn't our own. The class that I liked the most was the Russian history taught by a Russian teacher, because at home we always hear history from our standpoint, but in Russia we heard it from their standpoint, which made it much more interesting to see how they felt about things. I formed many great friendships in my time in Russia. I still keep in touch to this day with daily emails and letters back and forth from friends there, people that we've decided that they're going to help me try and stay up on my Russian and me help them with their English as well. So it's been a nice way to keep friends all over the globe. In St. Petersburg, I was surprised, in more than I can explain, by how much it doesn't look like a new city. Everything about the city is older and beautiful and more thought out and more detailed, whereas a modern city is clean lines and clean buildings and steel and metal, whereas so much of St. Petersburg was stone and wood and history and brick. So it was very surprising to me to see such an old city still look so nice and still being used. While we were there, we were able to see the ballet and performance, which was really interesting to me, just because in America we see ballets and we see dances and we see theater, but you don't always see it in Russian, and you don't always see it being performed by Russians and enjoyed by Russians. So it was a great way to see something else that was different. In my time in Russia, one of the things that still stays to me today is the profound hospitality that we received from everybody that we met, the politeness and the genuine making sure that everything was okay with us was very nice. It was nice to see strangers wondering so much about how somebody else was doing. В классе только по-русски. Ну, когда у вас вопросы, можно говорить по-русски or in English. This was very helpful in the time there, to have both options. The country is much more beautiful than we get the understanding of in America. Sometimes Russia comes off gray to American culture or just blatantly different. And so many things are different, but they're not wrong. They're just not exactly the way that we do them. And it's a very eye-opening thing that can't really be explained to understand that an entire other culture has thrived and been successful not doing anything the way that we do it. And it's a very enlightening thing to see. I would recommend it to everyone. To anyone that's wondering about going to Russia, I would have to suggest that they go. If you don't think that you speak enough Russian, you will learn. If you don't think that you understand enough about where you're going, you'll see. People will be there to help you, and the Russian people themselves are extremely helpful. I can't tell you how many times I had to ask for directions, the first time in bad Russian, and then the second time in slow English, and both times they were more than happy to help. So it's something that everybody that has any interest in Russian needs to check out. The country will make you want to learn so much more.